Hello and welcome to our Percentile Vice. I am joined by Steve
Yes, you are.
and Emily.
I see her also. And you are.
I'm John.
Hey, John.
I was going to do my intro last.
Oh, not bad.
I'm the least important. You guys are doing all the great acting here.
Says the dude with 6 screens in front of him. He's like, I'm not doing anything.
You're ruining the magic of television here. They don't see any screens. They just see my beautiful, ugly mug. But
Anyhow,
Tonight
we
on
are
Oxymoron.
tonight doing from the Titan Effect Declassified Edition, the Operation Sarangu module. Steve,
Yes.
would you like to tell people where they can find Steve IRL and maybe give a quick intro of your character?
Sure. Hey, I'm Steve. Sometimes Rick. Always Rick Stevens PI on Twitter. Hit me up. Let's talk. Tonight I am playing John Anderson, codename Nuevo. He's a young guy. Bit of a hacker.
Nice. And how about you, Emily?
so you can find me on Twitter at Sister in Darkness. That's an N, not the word. I don't know how to say that right. And tonight I will be playing Kujo Sakamata. That is a chimera.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah. And he's a killer whale. Because
Oh.
So,
Humanoid.
if you
Human.
are not familiar with Titan Effect, the setting started off with the regular edition, and it was basically badass psychics, espionage, tactical play in a slightly altered modern timeline. A little bit of sci-fi going on, heavily influenced by things like Metal Gear Solid and Ghost in the Shell. And the creator, Christian Nome, who we had the privilege of interviewing,
Great guy.
Great guy. He, great accent also.
True that.
I was afraid my wife was going to be sliding into some DMs, but in any case,
No, it'd be understandable. I was crushing on the accent too.
he had a few bio-augmented soldiers and chimeras in it, which were people and animal DNA sliced together to make new abilities and such, and he decided in the Declassified Edition to give the people what they wanted, and what they wanted was the ability to play as those chimeras and bio-augmented soldiers. And we have tonight Emily playing one of those bio-augmented soldiers,
Yeah,
who is a human crossed with an orca.
correct.
Now, with all that out of the way, we are going to jump right in.
Let's do it.
We've already spent more time than I anticipated on that stuff, but it's okay.
It's all right.
So you guys have been recruited. You've gone through a little bit of training, and you find yourselves in the Western European headquarters of I almost said shield. S.P.E.A.R. And you have gotten orders to be here, but you don't know exactly what's going on. As you are walking in, John Anderson,
Yes.
Mr. Anderson,
Mr. Anderson.
you
Call me Nuevo.
you see a very large human orca chimera sitting, already waiting for the briefing. What does she see when you walk in?
So
What does he see? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see a young guy, maybe early 20s. I'm playing against type tonight.
Me too.
Full head of hair. 6 foot tall, 180 pounds. Dressed mostly in black, long black, trench coat / duster on.
A little tack gear underneath.
Yeah, probably. because, in my little bit of training, I know sometimes you go to these mission briefings and it's walk out the door right now. So, yeah, got some slightly hidden concealed body armor on. Probably my submachine gun slung across my shoulder but hanging down on my back. Yeah.
And what does John Anderson see?
Okay, so posted up against a wall, arms crossed, one leg propped up, is a 6'8", 475-pound man who is very top heavy, like muscular legs, but a lot going on up top. He's very muscular. He's got like a white shirt that's not all the way buttoned up, rolled all the way up, biceps bulging.
Can he button it all the way up?
Can't. He couldn't if he wanted to. He's like about busting out, and very minimal gear on him. Probably really all you see is like a Glock tucked into the back of the waistband, and a belt with maybe a few bits and bobs attached to it, but not super geared out, just pure brawn and height. It's hard to tell. It looks like he might be kind of eyeing the room, but with squinty little beady eyes, it's hard to tell.
Is it just the two of us in the room right now?
Right now, there is a handler at a desk, and he is doing something, but just the two of you in the room right now.
Hey, how you doing? John Anderson.
Nice to meet you. Call me Cujo.
Cujo. Code name Nuevo here.
Yama. It's my code name.
Yama.
Yama, yeah. It means mountain.
Fitting.
I'm not sure I understand.
You're a big guy.
Yes, I am. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. Couldn't help it.
All right, about that time, the handler looks up from his mass of paperwork and books and pads and says, "Oh, you're both here. Okay, if you'll just have a seat, we have a message from Ava, the director, and we can go ahead and get started."
Are these like standard chairs with like the arms on the side?
Yes.
I think I'll stand.
I'll have a seat.
Whatever floats. Never mind. And he quickly segues back over and grabs the remote and clicks on the big monitor in front of you, and you see a fairly well-dressed lady who, though she is very attractive, she's up there in age and looks like she has seen some things. And she is in perfect posture. She says, "Hello, I am Ava Archer. Intelligence has gotten word that a picture of a well-dressed fellow. He's very sharp. He's got a thick beard and goatee, and he's very put together. His hair is gelled back. He's got designer fashion on. He's got a strong jaw, chiseled fellow." And she says, "Intelligence has gotten word that this man, Peter Falzon, recently stolen a virus called Cerberus from Ares. The virus is designed to boost the abilities of Chimera soldiers, and he plans on selling it in 24 hours. She goes on to say, "Falzon is one of the largest smugglers in the Mediterranean Sea. He comes from old money in Malta and has used his fortune to build a massive, nearly invisible empire. Contraband, people, weapons, you name it, he's probably sold it. Yet he's always one step ahead of us thanks to his high-priced lawyers. He owns a villa built on a cliffside in Malta, just outside the village of Sanat, on the island of Gozo in the Maltese archipelago, and that's where he runs his operations. The estate has been his family's home for generations, but no one suspects his illegal activities. In the underworld, people have nicknamed Falzon the Sarangu, a kind of boogeyman in Maltese folklore, which snatches people away to hell in a sack. It's a well-earned moniker since anyone who crosses them usually disappears. Your primary objective is to infiltrate Falzon's villa and recover the bioweapon by any means necessary. As for your second objective, try to gather any intel on Falzon's activities and identify his buyer. Good luck. The screen clicks off, and your handler steps up, and he says, all right, you will be given a chance to gear up after we finish this briefing, but I've been told to hand you this, and he gives you a very old map. Roll a common knowledge for me.
Yay, first roll.
Who?
I would say our hacker friend, because he's probably been in some computer systems, may have seen something similar.
My background is a blue-collar worker, worked on an oil rig in the ocean. That might be of help.
With blueprints?
Oh, you said map. Sorry.
It's...
My apologies. I thought it would be like a world map. Go ahead. Continue with your role.
Yeah, so one of my hindrances is new recruit, which gives me a -2 to common knowledge.
Yikes.
But yeah, I'll absolutely roll a common knowledge roll.
I was hoping and praying.
We'll be relying heavily upon the wild dice here. Yeah, that's a 3. Actually, it's a 2, a 1 because of my -2.
Okay, well, you can see the map is old. You're not sure exactly how old, but it basically looks like it details some sort of tunnels. And your handler says, this is a quite old map, but we have good intelligence that these tunnels, though they probably are not still the same, are still there and still usable if you would like to use them to get into the villa. Alternatively, you can infiltrate the party, dress up, come up with a cover story, and go straight in the front door. Or you can do the stealthy way, which is rappel up the cliff face, which obviously being a cliff face isn't highly guarded. They're not expecting people to rappel up. And from there you could climb just about...
Yama, I think just walk into the party like we belong there probably isn't a good option for us. No offense, but you stand out quite a lot, you know. And
I'm aware.
On an infiltration, you would have a choice of either going in at the ground level through a window, the front door, however, or you could go all the way up to the roof.
Okay. We've got this map. I say we do the tunnel infiltration. I've got an infiltration kit on me already. So picking locks. I'm pretty good at getting around electronic, security measures.
Right.
So that would be that. Yeah, I'm not opposed to the scaling the cliff or going up to the top of the house and coming down through it either. But we don't know a whole lot about it. But we do have this map of the tunnels. So
Before you make a final decision, I must let you know. The party that you are set to infiltrate will start very shortly before high tide. If something goes wrong in the tunnels, there is a very good chance that you both would have to swim out of there.
Noted.
Which may not be a problem for you, but you, on the other hand, might have a little bit of an issue.
I'm just going to piggyback ride.
Just drag you through. Look, I'll be real. I'm not big on the tactical bits of missions. I'm here, I think we can both tell, for the muscle. So, you make the calls. I'll have your back.
All right, then it's the tunnels.
You got it.
from whatever method you choose, just let it be known that if you are detected, we have reason to believe that Falzon, being a bit skittish, is going to take off. So this is of the utmost importance. Stealth is very important. Discretion is heavily emphasized here, and as a result, we are not letting you take any heavy weapons or explosives on this particular mission.
What do you consider a heavy weapon? Submachine gun a heavy weapon? No, good. I'm good. I'm ready to go. How you want to outfit? Well, what we'll do is I'd like to use my red tape edge and my hacking skill to just hack into the system, and for the next 5 minutes, survival kit is added to the loadout in the computer of the.
You moved it from one line to another in the accounting system, and
right. So when
like
you go up and say, "I want the sharpshooter kit," the guy pulls it up and it says survival kit on there for the sharpshooter loadout.
Roll me a hacking.
That's a pretty brilliant use of those two things, though.
Hacking.
Hacking.
Now, I also have the Hacker Edge, which gives me +2 to hack computers and security systems. So I'm going to be +2 on this. Seven.
Okay. You also have 3 bennies, by the way.
Bennies. I forgot bennies were a thing.
We almost could have forgotten bennies were a thing, which would have been terrible in Savage Worlds.
Fucking bennies, man.
But you have hacked the system, and it is lines have been exchanged and whatnot. So,
okay. How much is the sniper loadout?
The sharpshooter loadout is
Yes.
10 equipment points.
Equipment points.
So
Okay.
it basically gives you everything you need.
I figure if I take that, it's got a cloaking suit, so if you dress decently enough, if things go awry and we have to enter the party, I can be not visible. I'm assuming that's what a cloaking suit does, but I don't know.
Your +4 to stealth rolls versus visual detection and visible to infrared detection.
Okay. So yeah, I will take the sharpshooter loadout.
Cool. We're loaded out and ready to go. I didn't catch your name, sir. The handler?
I am the nameless one.
Oh, okay, well, we're just going to call you
Jeff.
Jeff. Jeff's good. Jeff, we're all loaded out. How we getting to this island in Malta?
Plane's already ready for you. Board up whenever. And you will know where the hangar is. It's camouflaged into a cliff face. Some vines and plants open up, and
Okay.
so you guys go and board the Gulf Stream, and pretty soon you are taken off in the air. And while you are in the air, you have a little time, and naturally, things start to get a little bit conversational. You find out a little more about each other, and we're going to use the interludes mechanic from Savage Worlds.
Okay.
I got a king of spades.
So,
You got a queen of diamonds.
spades
Spades.
is a great victory or personal triumph. And diamonds is something your hero wants or already has. It might be a material possession, recognition, a political goal, or even a trip they wish to take to some amazing destination.
Yeah, I've been around for a while, and one of my greatest days there was this accident. We were stationed at this oil rig out in the ocean, way out there, and we were doing some repairs to the rigging up on the actual station off the boat. And this crane was lifting this big old girder, and as it got up, the rope snapped, and this girder comes crashing down, and I was able to catch it and shoulder it. I saved the lives of like 6 guys. I was labeled a hero on that thing, and I saved all those men from what would have been certain death, you know. And to me, that's one of my greatest accomplishments in life. Saving people, Hate to see people hurt.
That's pretty impressive. And this was before you became an agent?
Yeah. Used to be standard blue collar worker working out on a boat, oil rigs and dock work. We just had a company that helped service all these different places back and forth, carrying supplies, that type of stuff. And having a guy of my stature around helps out, So,
you wonder why things like that happen. Just rope snaps. Something falls. All of a sudden, 6 guys are about to be dead. And then there you are, and you just happen to be able to stop the whole thing.
Yeah.
If there's any rhyme or reason to any of it.
The chaos of the world is hard to understand.
Well, it's not really chaos. See, it's look. One day I'm going to be able to prove this, but there's a lot of studies that have been done. Physics and cosmologists, and there's a really good chance that we're all just living in a simulation, and all of that was programmed to happen, just as you were programmed to be there, and then affected the situation. It explains a lot more than, divine intervention, creationist theories, big bangs, all of these. They're all grasping in the dark. But if you just said, somebody was pulling some strings, wrote a few lines of code, hit enter, and said, let's see how this plays out, everything falls into place, and there's no more need for a unifying theory.
I can't say I understand your viewpoint, but
it's a theory.
Yeah, I appreciate your time and thought put into it. So
I know that's a cool thing, right? Is it my time and my thoughts?
I guess not.
Hey, I wonder what time. I hit the comm link to the pilot. What's our ETA?
We'll be at Malta International Airport in 17 minutes. If you'd like, you can spend the rest of your time in quiet contemplation, preparing yourselves mentally for the job to come.
I'm going to use my smartphone, hit the webs, pull up the nation of Malta, the village of Sanat, and start, kind of scoping out what's our best and quickest route from the Malta International Airport.
So you land, and the pilot, all right, there's a boat captain down there, Matteo Pesky's. I'm sorry for any Italians out there how I've just butchered that name. Pescius, maybe is better.
I don't know, I'm going to call him Pateo or Mr. P.
Matteo. Okay. And point you towards a ship, an old fishing trawler, where you surmise you could find the old captain.
You're going to feel right at home here, there, Yama.
I will approach the fishing trolley.
All right. And when you hear the name Matteo, roll a common knowledge.
You're going to give me a lot of common knowledge to roll just because you're going to enjoy this.
You can both roll.
That is a 5 minus 2, a 3.
If this is about anything to do with my backstory, I get a +1.
So my guy is very smart on computers and hacking everything, but street smart's very low. Yeah. I've been in my mother's basement most of my life, hacking away.
Without my +1, I got a 5.
I'll let you have your +1.
Then a 6.
So you may recognize that Matteo Pescius is a long-time asset, very well trusted. He's been around S.P.E.A.R for a while. You may recognize the name. He may actually have played into your backstory somehow. He may be one of the people who initially contacted you, being as he's a fisherman. he may be.
Right.
Yeah. So, as you get on the boat, you see the captain, and says, "Ciao," or no, "Arrivederci." I don't know any fucking Italian.
I think you were good with
stop
ciao.
at that.
Arrivederci, I think, is a parting greeting.
Yeah.
A parting.
Just remember it from Saved by the Bell, because the turtle always said, "Arrivederci."
Well, and when you've got cultural references like Saved by the Bell to lean back on, you're gonna be
Can go
fine.
no wrong. Yeah.
But he welcomes you on board. He says, "Make yourselves comfortable. We will go around to the island. I will give you a tour, and you will see the beautiful cliffs of my home."
Oh, that'd be great. And I'm gonna pull out my phone and like pinch zoom and say, any chance you could let us off, somewhere close to that spot.
And he squints. He's a very older guy, and he says, "I do not know what it is you are trying to say, but I have my orders of where to put you, and that is where you will go."
Okay, Pisces, appreciate you.
Well, on our way to Island of Gozo, I will show you the cliffs, and you make yourselves comfortable.
Okay.
So he starts going around, and he's prepping up his people and propping them up, and he seems to be a very kind, very chipper captain. And as you're going around, he's pointing out things, and he points out the tall to sink cliffs. He says, "They look fantastical, no? 120 meters high, facing to the south. Beautiful view, ruined temples near the top. Maybe some old tunnels."
Tunnels, you say?
Yes, yes. Rumor has it that they were pre-World War II. I have not investigated them myself, but...
All right, so I'm going to pull out the map of the tunnels and I'm going to look at it. Does it give a good reference to the island itself, or is it just a map of the tunnels? Is there a way for me to figure out is that those tunnels he's talking about the entrance to this tunnel map that I have?
It is a safe bet that these tunnels are involved. There is also an entrance near the village that you would think you could get in at too.
So, Captain M, look, how long we got till high tide?
It is high tide right now. You have all afternoon. I was told to get you here, and the party will be taking place 7 p.m. No?
Right. So we're planning on making our infiltration using the tunnels and just trying to figure out if...
Yeah. Need to know basis.
I'll roll the map up, roll my eyes up, look over at Yama's. Well, he's not going to be a lot of help.
It does sound like you may need to know that map. The village I will drop you off nearby. You can enter that space from there. It will be easy to find. It is pointed out on your map. Open it back up.
Sorry, dude. Need to know only.
Okay. This is what I tell you.
All right, I roll it out for him. But
I love your accent, by the way.
And he points to a landmark on there that if you weren't told, you wouldn't really take for being the village, but once you see it, you're like, oh, okay. He says, yes, this is definitely before Great War. Village is here. You can enter here. You could also climb cliffs and enter in the other entrance. Maybe a little more risky. Maybe tide come in other entrance, and you
I was
have
just going to
to
say,
leave.
it's high tide now, and we can see that entrance. It may be a exit point if we need it.
So, are all the tunnels to be flooded at high tide, or is it only like the lower portion? Do you know?
I have never been in there, but I would surmise from this map that most of them get flooded. It look as though a lot of them are flooding. Flooding.
Okay. So, we can take the entrance at the village, make our way, try to beat the high tide, so we don't, incur some swimming on your benefit, not mine. And go from there. Judging by what we can see of the map, can we guesstimate how long we think it will take us to traverse the tunnels as they are on the map? We understand that they may have changed, but is there a way to tell?
A few hours.
And the party starts at 7.
So he pulls you into a harbor. You're near the village, and you guys are free to disembark.
Thank you for the passage, Captain.
You're very welcome, as they would say in your country.
Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. So, what would y'all like to do now?
I think we need to talk about
Shopping episode?
shopping.
Let's say it is roughly tides every 6 hours, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
Sure. In this particular area, yes. It's every 6 hours. It's more like 6.5.
So let's say it is about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And the party, you would know, starts around 7 p.m.
Is there like a little cafe, like with that, outdoor seating on the edge of the village? That's on the edge towards
that sounds
the
like
manor.
a reasonable thing for a village to have, so I won't make you spend a penny for that.
So sit down. We'll have some coffee, maybe a panini.
A panini. Yeah, that sounds good.
So sit down. When the server comes, we'll order a couple of coffees and a little something to eat. And when the server leaves, I'm going to open up the small box on my belt and pull out my Sentinel stealth drone. Can I tell from the map and whatnot if we're within a mile of Falzon's villa? Should ask this question before I got the coffee.
If the tunnel from the village to his house takes a couple hours, I would say, judging by like how much you're going to have to probably go under and back up again, it's probably within a mile. Give or take.
Just for ease of not having to figure it out, because it sounds reasonable enough.
Sounds mathy.
Let's say yes.
All right. So, I'm going to quickly sync up the drone to my smartphone. The drone, I can either program it to run a pattern, or I can remotely pilot it through my smartphone. And I'm going to fire it up, send it off. It is small, stealthy in nature. And I am going to send it on.
All right. Where are you looking to check out with it?
I am going to...
So I may have neglected to let you know this during the previous briefing, so let me back up. You would know that the actual compound itself is known to have a rooftop helipad, a second floor, a ground floor where the party will be held. There is a 10-foot wall around the entire compound. And other than that, you have been told they believe there are sub-levels, but they don't really know anything about those.
Okay. So the Sentinel is a mini stealth drone designed for reconnaissance, and it folds up in a small box, so it's pretty small. It has a 1 mile range and can run for 1 hour. It includes infrared and night vision cameras and can record images, controlled with a smartphone. Due to its small size, spotters need to make a notice roll at -4 to detect it at short range and beyond, and -2 at close range. So, character uses the highest skill between hacking and piloting to pilot the Sentinel. Its size is -3, its handling is +2, its top speed is 70 miles per hour, its toughness is 2.
Shit.
So I'm going to zip it towards the compound. And at 70 miles per hour, it don't take it it takes less than a minute to get it to the compound.
All right. So with your recon, it pulls up over the 10-foot wall. I imagine it's enough that it can see the roof. So if you'll peep and roll 20.
Peepers. What does your drone look like? Just describe it to me.
Well, I'm going to look at the picture and describe it to you. There's a really cool picture in the book. So there's, four propellers. The body of it, it almost looks like a Klingon bird of prey.
Fuck yeah.
It's kind of long and cylindric, cigar-shaped almost. And then, of course, the propeller arms that come out from it. It's got a big camera up in the front and a little gun right underneath it.
That's
It's pretty cool.
epic.
Yeah.
So you see a rooftop with a couple of satellite antennas, a helipad with a helicopter, a hatch that probably goes to the second floor, and then you see one guard posted, and he's sort of slacking off. It's
It's the gravy job.
yeah, he used to look at birds, but he's kind of bored with birds at this point. So what are you gonna do now?
So I'm going to move the drone closer. I'm going to drop it down to the level of the second floor, and I'm going to make a trip around the house, pointing the drone towards the house the whole time so that I can try to peep in some windows.
All right.
do you know what's
Let me. What?
I was going to talk while you did your thing. The great thing about having like an overactive imagination is that as you describe it, like it populates in my brain. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I've got this movie playing in my head right now. My badass drone moving around, just staying perfectly at the same height. And even no matter as it moves left and right, the front of it is always pointing at the house. So
I love it. I love it.
So I will show you what you can see through windows here.
What a nice floor.
Yeah, it's that Mediterranean tile.
Love that
it's
shit.
Really expensive, but nice.
They're all like individually handmade.
Are they?
They are. I watched a video on them because I watch weird shit on YouTube.
So this is what you can see through the windows.
Okay. So I'm looking at it on my phone. You could pull it next to me if you want, but I'm seeing what looks like a bedroom,
A study or office.
A study or an office.
You see in the office looking area, there are a lot of very expensive relics and
A giant
antiquities.
Globe. Lots of bedrooms.
So, what time of year is it? The chances these windows are open. This is Mediterranean. In my picture, it's like these gauzy curtains billowing out because I get a nice Mediterranean breeze to the house.
A woman in a bikini and like a little wrap thing around her waist. Just...
They may be open, but can the drone open doors?
No.
Okay. You can fly in if you want, but all the doors are shut.
I'm going to slowly move it up to the office window and pivot it back and forth to try to get as much of a view in there to determine if there's anybody in the office. And if I determine that it is clear, then I'm going to slip the drone inside and do a
sweep.
Yeah, 360 in the office, looking for things like possible locations of wall safes, places one might hide a virus that was going to sell for millions of dollars on the black market.
I feel like that requires a notice roll for you to notice something on the video feed. Mm-hmm. And
do you want a pilot or a hacking roll for the doing the drone?
Do a pilot.
Just because John loves anything to do with like the piloting and the boating.
And what you're describing is a little more complex than just flying a
outside
drone. You're actually like going in windows and stuff. So give me a pilot and then give me a notice.
Okay. The character uses the highest skill between hacking and piloting. So I'm going to use my hacking skills. One die size better than my piloting. Let me check one more thing because I got the upgrade. No, the upgrade just gives me a shot. So I got an 11 on the piloting. So
that's 2 raises if it's a 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
It's only 1 raise.
So you're able to take it in.
It's 1. I apologize. I can't math.
Okay, now I need a notice roll.
A notice roll. And you specifically said you are looking for what way?
Things like wall safes or places where one would secure precious goods.
Hidden areas.
Yep.
Contraband.
That's an explosion.
Fuck yeah.
So that is a 10 on my notice, which is success and 1 raise.
And what did you say? Said like it was a -4 for somebody to notice.
Unless they are right up next to it, like in, like melee range, then it's -2. But anything beyond that is -4 on their notice.
Okay. So
he's tiny.
You do see what look to be hidden drawers and compartments in the desk. The desk is an old Louis XIV.
Nice.
Very expensive. Like, even with your terrible common knowledge, you would recognize it as being very refined, very rich person.
I saw it on the internet.
Yeah, more than likely. You were watching one of those crazy viral videos with like $1 million houses, and you saw one that looked just like it, but a little worse, actually, But other than that, everything looks pretty above board. You don't really see much else.
Okay, feeling a little nervous. I'm going to slip the drone back outside of the window.
And then what?
Continue sweeping the second floor, looking in windows. And after that, I'm going to drop down to the first floor and do the same.
You don't see any more windows on the second floor. Wait, let me double check that. Did I put windows in the bathroom? I did not.
Good job.
Might have seen some pooping. So, ground floor. I already revealed some of that for you on accident because I thought it was the second floor. Because I labeled everything properly and just forgot to fucking read.
Sorry, I'm sleepy.
It's okay. I had a long day too.
I didn't have a long day.
But this was the highlight of my day. I'm going to My day was a long and painful stretch of one meeting after another.
Ugh.
But
Gross.
I knew when it was all over, I was going to get to play Titan Effect for the first time, and I was pretty stoked because I made this character up. I'm like, I really want to play this guy. He's cool as shit.
Oh, yeah.
I am sincerely hoping that we get everything figured out so next time is not so clunky.
That's right. I'm having fun.
So this is what you see so far on the ground floor.
Ooh.
Okay.
You can see...
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You can see 4 guards posted inside. They are not seemingly alerted. But you also can see... Well, damn, I gave you a view of the closet there.
That's okay.
At various positions around the grounds, there are 4 guards doing patrols.
All right. So I'm going to back off with the drone a little bit to make sure I stay at a range that will make it harder for them to see. But I would like to use the camera feature of the drone. And for all the guards that I can on the inside and each of the guards on the outside, I'm going to use the camera feature, zoom in, and take a snapshot of each face.
Brilliant.
I'll run that against some facial recognition software later and see.
Well, we were told to get information, and who he's got on payroll is information.
Yep.
All right.
And at any point, do any of these faces look like the face that was shown to us in the briefing of Peter Falzone?
No. But you do recognize that there are only 4 faces, and that you've seen 8 guards. It's kind of strange to you.
Weird.
But
He only
it's
hires
not
sets of
actually a
twins.
story
Genetic
reason.
modification. Aries is, from what I read and was told in training, the cloning they're doing.
I
Maybe
honestly
it's
just got tired of making tokens. So
No,
therefore-
from a story standpoint, I thought it was cool.
I thought we were going to play into your glitch into the Matrix kind of thing, you know.
How long are you hanging out?
Just long enough to take pictures of them and then do one circuit around the house.
As you are taking pictures, once you get by this window back here,
If you pinged it, I missed it. I was looking away.
I'm trying to ping it, it's not pinging. Back by the piano, there's a window. As you as you are hovering in that area, the door on the side opens and lets you see what appears to be a little bit of a kitchen area. And a worker comes through doing whatever and goes back in. But you can surmise it's a kitchen.
Okay, and did that worker look like domestic help and
Yes.
not like a bodyguard kind of thing?
Yeah, white
Gotta-
jacket, yada yada.
If I got a chance, I'm going to snap a close-up of that face as well.
Okay. All the guards are they have tactical body armor, they have weapons. This person is obviously a civilian, regular clothes, white jacket, not regular clothes, but like a chef's jacket, yada
Sure.
yada.
Is there like an emblem on the jacket for like the company that's doing like the catering for this event?
You are pretty sure that there is no emblem.
Okay.
But roll a common knowledge.
A 5.
It occurs to you that somebody of this amount of wealth would probably have a
Private chef.
staff.
Okay. I just thought maybe if we could figure out what companies he trusts to
No,
come into
that's
his home.
smart move. Okay, so
We should have gone with the florist van kind of angle. Man, damn
right,
it.
tropes florist. All right, gonna go up in altitude and like diagonally away from it, but focus the camera on the helipad and the guard there, and I'm just gonna like put it in hover mode right there watching that. While that is doing, I'm going to set my phone to the side. I'm going to start trying to figure out where it looks like from the map tunnels, the tunnels of the map. You know what I mean? That thing. Where the entrance to the tunnels closest to the house is. If it comes up in the house, on the outside of the house.
And are these stairs on the ground floor, are those going up or down?
Up.
Up, okay.
You would, from where you are, you would pretty much know, and where the captain had told you, this is the village, this is the tunnel. You would know exactly where the entrance is without too much
the entrance
rolling.
we've got to go into. I'm wondering where it comes out. I'm sorry, I interrupted you and you were trying to answer that question, weren't you?
I was going to follow up with that, but I'm kind of thinking I was kind of...
Yeah, because on the ground floor... Go ahead.
You don't see anywhere on these floors that the tunnels would come out into, and you haven't, in your flight, seen anywhere...
On the ground
that it looks like a tunnel pops up at. From what you would see and what you can put together in your mind, you would think that the tunnels end up in one of the sub-levels you were told there were probably.
Yeah, I'm going to relay that information. It looks like the tunnel's going to come out in one of the sub-levels, and we're going to have to work our way up. Based on what I saw in that office on the second floor, if I was a guy with something valuable to keep a hold of while there was a party going on, I'd keep it there. So how we get from the lower levels through the main level to the second floor.
But also, if there's not really easy access from the ground floor to the sub-levels, means that, guests can't inadvertently wind up in them, so they may be more secure than his office.
Right. And chances are we're going to run into guards down there. Probably less. It's also possible he's hiding it on in the sub-levels. Don't know what those look like.
Right.
So, if need be, we'll just assess the situation. If it looks like going through the first floor to get to the second floor is not doable, then we'll find a way to get outside and scale the walls up to the second floor.
That sounds like a good plan. I like it.
So you have checked out the place. You've done a little recon. You feel as though you might have a +1 to notice rolls. Hold on, let me... +1 to notice and stealth during your infiltration.
Sweet.
Okay.
And you can finish noshing on your snacks, and
I'm going to bring the drone back, fold it up, put it back into its case, and making sure that when I put it in there, I connect it just right so that it starts recharging.
Because it can be a little fiddly, the connection points.
It can be.
While you're bringing your drone back, I'm going to finally start drinking my coffee. But it looks like when, like a toddler brings you the fake teacup and you got this tiny little teacup in your hands and I'm...
Like those small little Mediterranean cups of coffee.
It's probably a normal size cup of coffee.
Oh,
I'm just a big-ass dude.
Well, I'm thinking...
If it's a
they
little
bring them in these
espresso
little
cup,
cups and it's like really strong
I'm
coffee.
like holding it with a pinky.
Yeah.
And I'm like very uncomfortable in my chair. Like I'm not sitting all the way back. Like looks like he probably has like a phobia of small chairs. Looks like he's been burned once or twice.
Our two agents were sitting in a cafe, biding time until the start of the party, at which our Sarangu will be attempting to sell the Cerberus virus to the highest bidder.
Cerberus or Cerberus?
Cerberus. I believe it's supposed to be Cerberus.
Okay. I just was wondering.
I'm not sure, though.
Keep with it, Cerberus.
Correct me in the comments. Anywho, you're at the cafe, you've finished your drink, you've finished your food. What would you like to do?
What's the tide looking like? I'll just use my phone and pull up the tide table.
If you're ready to go, we can fast track it.
We're going to go to the...
You
the
know
entrance.
that right as the party is supposed to be starting is the time that the tunnels will be filling up. It's going to be a close shave, but
So we're going to start at least a couple hours before the thing. Tide at its lowest. We're going to head to the tunnels.
Okay.
And start making our way towards the house.
So you get into the tunnels, you pull out your map, and first everything's all good. Everything's gravy. Before too long, you see a branch. You're not sure if it's on your map or not. I need you to make a survival roll. Roll it at +2. I don't think they do bonus dice very often in this game.
No.
I rolled a 6.
Is that with the +2?
Yes.
Good, because you had a -2.
Can I use my sonar?
You hit a 4. Your 4 is good. You managed to make heads or tails of the map, and you keep seeing branches that were dug after the map was made and saying, no, that's not what we're doing. This is the way. And
this is the way.
I'll be your little Groku.
Aw.
As you're going, you do eventually make it about the time you expected, right before the party, to what looks like an open pipe for ventilation leading into a room.
Can we listen?
Can you fit?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think she should be able to, but that's just because I used a small size pipe on the map, but you know.
Yeah.
You can listen, make me a roll.
Notice roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's at a +1.
Both of us or just her? Him?
Both of you.
One
Both of you at a +1.
One of my dice exploded.
So did mine.
When you do that, you only re-rolled the exploded dice,
Right.
yeah. 8 + 1, 9.
I got a 9 + 1, 10.
Ooh.
So both of us got a raise.
Fuck yeah.
All right, you hear what sounds like vermin and regular sea sounds, but you don't hear any sort of movement from inside or...
So we're looking down this tunnel. Is there a grate at the end into the room, or is it just an open ending?
There is a grate, but you can tell it's been removed and...
All right, before we move too much farther down, I'm going to pull the sentinel out, and I'm going to send it down to the end of the pipe, and not into the room, but right at the end of it, like with its nose poking out between the bars, and do a quick scan with the camera, see if there's anybody in the room.
All right.
Stealth. Infiltration.
Da-da-da.
Without going into the room, you can see the pipe. There's a small hatch on the floor. You see what looks to be an elevator directly in front of the pipe, and then along the wall you see what looks to be cages.
Are the bars to this thing such that I can slip the sentinel through there?
It
Would
can
you
go.
like a piloting or hacking roll on the piloting of that thing?
Do it for giggles.
Shits and giggles.
I don't think there's a chance you fail it, but
There's a chance I can't find an 8-sided dice when I need one.
That's true.
That is a 6.
a 6.
So I'm slipping through there to try and get a look at the rest of the room before we come in.
All right. Once you get on the other side of that wall, you can see what looks to be a staircase heading upwards. And you see... I did not make tokens for this, but As you're getting closer, you can see in these cells there are 4 of them that are currently occupied, but the people inside seem to be unconscious. 2 women, 2 men. What would you like to do?
So they all appear to be unconscious. Then I am going to bring the Sentinel back. I'm going to place him back into his little holder, back on his charger, and I'm going to crawl down the pipe to the end and determine if this grate will just swing open or if I'm going to have to do some messing with it.
You won't have to mess with it. Is
it hinged? Will it swing open, or am I risking dropping a big metal grate on the floor?
Let's say it is hinged.
Okay. Then I'm going to try to stealthily open the hinge. I'm going to do it slow because I'm afraid it might creak.
Roll your stealth.
It's a 4. Wait, +1 on
Plus
stealth
1.
rolls. 5.
Okay. So
recon.
It opens. It doesn't seem to make too much of a creak.
Okay.
Everything kind of echoes down here, but you think you're okay.
Do I need to make one?
If you want to move into the room stealthily, when you move into the room, then make one.
Your size doesn't give you a negative to your stealth rolls.
No.
You get a +1 from the recon.
A 3.
Okay. You make a little more noise than he does, but
it's a little small of a pipe.
If you if you're taken aback, you can take a minute and roll a notice and look around and see if you think anything has changed with the little bit of noise you've made.
A 6.
You don't seem to see any stirrings from the cage. You don't hear anything coming from upstairs. You don't hear anything happening in the rooms next to you.
Let's move into the room.
Okay.
Move yourselves in. Can you not see yourselves?
I can see the edge of mine.
Let me reveal you. There's the edge of you too.
I'm gonna have my Glock out, kind of doing that.
At the ready. At the readiness. Go right ahead.
Ready, Freddy. I'm gonna let him take point. Actually, I'm gonna pull out the sniper rifle, not the Glock, because the sniper rifle is suppressed. Well, suppressed.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna move into the room. First of all, could I tell, based on the hallway sloping down then up as we came through the tunnels? Can I get an idea of how far underground we are? I'm trying to determine if I can figure out or make a educated guess on whether we came in
I was
basement
gonna say that
sub-level 1, sub-level 2.
Make a survival roll.
Okay, well, that's unskilled. So that's going to be
assist her. Ask her the question.
I was going to roll for it as well. That was
Okay.
a plan of mine because I have survival.
Okay, do it.
So you pose the question and she gets a +2.
I exploded. So a 9.
So you feel like you're definitely more than a story underground from what you've seen of the elevations and the way when you were going through the tunnels, you could kind of tell what the elevation was doing, and there are 300-foot cliffs.
Probably have some weird whale depth sense.
Maybe.
So your mama, we got to go up. Any idea how far up we got to go?
We're at least 1 story below ground.
So there's at least another sub-level above us.
Right.
That's what you think.
All right, so there's that elevator right there. Are there any other doors in this room?
You can see, you may not be able to see this, but down...
Are these doors here?
These are both doors.
Gotcha.
And from your flight, there's a staircase here.
Yep. All right, so there's a couple ways we could do this. I could send the Sentinel up the staircase to get a peek at the next level. You could put that cloak on and ride the elevator up.
So it doesn't obscure me completely. It hides me from infrared cameras and like gives me a plus something to stealth.
Anybody else has a -4 to see you?
To see me. Mm-hmm.
Cloak or poncho design with smart materials and several integrated micro cameras around the wearer's body. Based on retro-reflective projection technology, the suit can imitate its local surroundings to hide the user. The suit adds +4 to stealth rolls against visual detection. The suit also blocks infrared and thermal imaging cameras, but is vulnerable to electricity. Any electricity-based attack is just going to basically fry your ass.
Cool.
Yeah. I think you ought to just put that thing on, period.
Yeah.
So then you're going to be +5 on all your stealth rolls from now on. And if you're trying to be hidden, then it's going to be like a contested roll. Your stealth versus their notice. And you have a substantial...
So I'll put on the cloak. I don't think I should go up the elevator because when it gets to whatever floor I pick, the door is just going to open randomly.
Yeah. So, so do you want to head up the stairs and peek your head over the top and see what's in there being all cloaked, or do you want to send Sentinel?
No, I can peek my head up the stairs. So I'm going to stealthily move to the other side of the room. Is it like an open stairwell, or is it like basement stairs where it's enclosed?
It's an open stairwell.
The D&D player in me wants to check out these other doors, but we're on a mission. Infiltrate, get in, get out.
You're at the wrong end of the staircase. Or no, you're not. You're not. Never mind. So you're gonna peep your head up.
Mm-hmm.
Roll another stealth for moving through the room for me.
Both of us?
Both of you. Because I took that last one to be just getting out of the tunnel.
I agree. Ooh. I got a 4 with +1.
So 12, 14, 16, 17.
Boom.
I exploded twice.
4 with 3 raises. That's 3 raises. I was like, where the fuck you go?
You're good.
Bakakujiro. Ghost whale.
You make a little more noise than you wanted to. But
you don't perceive it, but I look back at you like, the fuck are you doing? Bro, you're harshing the vibe.
You're not hearing anything stirring from anywhere but the cell directly next to the stairs. You hear a little rustling in what appears to be a grass-filled cot. Hay-filled cot.
Okay.
This is one of the 4 occupied cells.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see what type of humanoid is in there? If it is a humanoid?
That is a human.
Pure human.
Human male.
Could be psychic. We can't tell by looking, but...
And as you're rounding the corner, you can tell that there is a rack with some keys along this wall back here.
Okay.
I'm going to scoop the keys.
Okay.
It's probably what caused the noise. The jingle jangles.
So what you doing now?
I'm going to move like halfway up the stairs. Being that I'm nearly 7 foot tall, halfway might get me just above the... It might or might not get me just above the floor level, you know, to see up.
Okay.
Remember, notice rolls are at a -4 against me. I'm just telling you. I was being courteous.
No.
I thought that's what you said. I had a +4.
I did, and then we read it. You have +4.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So notice rolls would be contested. Your stealth versus their notice, and your +4 to your stealth and their...
You exploded with like a 17
I
on
did.
your stealth roll. So, okay, you see
Much stealth.
a room has, from where you are standing and peeping up, you can see what looks like a holographic like mission table. You can see a desk with a surrounding array of monitors, and you can see a group of servers in the back.
What are they
And
serving?
you barely see a frail man sitting in a chair watching monitors. Or at least you would surmise he's watching them. He's pointing towards them.
I'm going to go subvocal. What do you see up there? Subvocal comlinks. You can essentially barely whisper something, and the subvocal comlink that attaches to your throat will pick up the vibrations of your voice box and convey it to me. So you should be able to do it relatively stealthily. Of course, with a neck like that, I don't know.
Thick.
Thick.
Dummy thick. Cheeked up on a Tuesday. So I'll communicate back. Seems to be some kind of command center. Holographic ops table, server deck. There's a guy watching some monitors. He looks rather small and pathetic.
Look, if we can get that guy out of there, and I can have just a couple minutes with that computer stuff, we might get some good intel. Hell, it might even tell us in that computer where the damn virus is located at. Holy shit. It could be a computer virus.
Said it was a virus that enhanced chimeras.
Right, but they could have implants.
Right. So when you say they get that guy out of there, do you mean you want me to kill him or you want me to make him leave?
Maybe knock him out and we put him in one of these cells down here.
It's worth a shot. So I'm going to move into the room.
What are you doing?
I am staying downstairs right now with the keys.
Describe exactly what you're doing. Are you watching her go up? Are
Yes.
you watching him go up?
I'm at the base of the stairs looking up at her, but I haven't gone up the stairs yet. So
He's in the chair.
Okay.
And as you're coming up, roll me a notice.
I got a 5.
you're +1 to notice rolls too.
Yeah.
So-
that was a 5.
With that 5, you can see your comrade on a computer screen looking up a staircase, and you can see that the guard is looking directly at him. And as he's craning his head around, you hear the guard say, "Okay, stop. I'll do whatever you ask. Just let me leave alive. I am a month from retiring. I don't want anything to do with what this man is doing anymore. I'm cool. Just don't kill me."
Is he on a rolly chair?
He is on a rolly chair.
I'm going to approach and grab the back of the chair and pull him back away from the desk.
Okay. He comes willingly, and he can see you, and
He can't see me. Well, maybe he can. If he can beat a 17.
you break stealth when
Okay.
you are
That's fine.
manipulating the world in such a fashion. I would have to
That's fine.
say.
No, you're right. That's fine.
It's like Harry Potter's hand came out from underneath the cloak.
Just yeah. Okay.
Like, you are still stealth, but he knows right where
it's
you
fine.
are when you're moving. his
I
chair.
agreed.
And
Dolphin.
he looks behind him.
I'm gonna look at him and be like, stand up slowly.
You will leave me alive, yeah?
If you cooperate and I don't have any trouble out of you, yeah.
Right, he stands up slowly, raises his hands slowly above his head,
Go down the stairs.
and he walks down the stairs. What are you doing now?
I'm going to follow him down the stairs and explain to Anderson here and have Anderson check him for weapons, all that shit.
Yeah, I'll frisk him real quick, and then I'm going to put him in a cage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
you
going to lock the cage.
take all his weapons off of him and stash them somewhere.
Gag him.
Do you put him in a cage with a person or without a person?
Without a person.
Okay. So what do you do now?
Then I'm going to take the keys, and I'm going to put them on the floor about 7-8 feet away from the cage. Like, dude, there's something in that cell, or you working with these other folks around here will find a way to get those keys. When you do, unlock these doors, let everybody out, and go right down that tunnel, and keep walking until you get to the village, and enjoy your retirement.
When you say this, he realizes that you are not so bad at people, and he says, you must be careful. If anything happens, if anything notifies my boss that you are here, he is going to come down here, and he will take those tunnels to a hidden tunnel where there is a seaplane, and he will leave. So you have to be very quiet, whatever you're trying to do.
Do you know where he keeps it?
Where he keeps what?
You know, it.
The seaplane?
No.
It's on a camera up there. You can go.
Where
No.
does he keep his most valuable assets?
Most of his most valuable things are in the office, but he is a very vain man. He has valuables throughout the house.
So
What?
if he had something that was worth a lot of money to the right kind of people that he was planning on selling them, the kind of thing that would make the rest of the world cringe a little bit. You know, you said you were tired of working for that man and the things he does. Would that be up in his office?
I would think so.
All right, well, one of the hidden drawers in his desk. You're watching these cameras all the time.
I don't think the hidden drawers in his desk are for that sort of thing.
Where would he keep that sort of thing?
I could not tell you.
Watch those monitors.
I am not his closest trusted.
But somewhere in his office where he'd keep something that he could sell for millions of dollars that would
He has statues.
have military value.
He has statues on the first floor that are worth more than he pays all his staff in a year.
Where did these, what's down below us?
Down below you,
Yeah, through that hatch.
I believe it's just maintenance tunnels, but you can feel free to go check it out.
How many floors are above us?
There is one more sub-level, and then there are the ground floor and second floor, and then the roof.
And where is the exit from the sub-levels into the main floor? Where does it come out at?
Well, normally we take the elevator.
Where does it come out upstairs?
In the kitchen.
Does it only go up to the kitchen, or does it go up to the second level as well?
Does it have a dumbwaiter? You know what a dumbwaiter is? It's like a little...
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
If you try to get on in the second level, it won't let you. The one here can be used by any staff, and he takes his key card off and throws you his key card. Says, tell them you roughed me up a little. They know I'm not a hardy man anymore.
Where do you want it?
Just right here.
Better you than me.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that guy, but you'll need that alibi.
You might need to get moving because once he sells it,
Is he going to sell it tonight at the party?
he intends to.
So you did know what it was I was talking about.
I just know there's a big sale going down.
Fair enough.
All right, let's move up and check out these camera systems.
Yep.
So
We'll go up to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my smartphone, my my tech kit with electronics and hacking, and I am going to try to plug into these computers. The first thing I want to do is find all the security cameras. There's maybe another place where these things are being monitored, and put them on a loop.
Hell yeah. We ought to also check into the security for the elevators. If they're run by keycard, it's very possible you could bypass the stop of the second.
We're going to work on that.
So you have the access card that
Mhm.
allows you to control the camera feeds. So
I also want to hack into the overall system and change the access level of this card.
make a hacking roll.
I wish I could help you in some way, but I cannot.
That's a 7. Wait a minute. That is an 8.
All right, you can change the access code of the card. There's only one higher than what you already have. You have it now.
And then I'm going to check the security system through the computers and figure out what access level is required by the electronic locks of the doors to the second floor.
The previous one that you had, normal guards can open almost every lock.
But the elevator, you said, didn't go all the way up to the second, or we can't get into the second?
He said you wouldn't be able to get into it, but he gave you the access card so you can go into it now.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought he was saying his access card didn't let us go into the second.
But now
My
that
bad.
access card has the highest level
You
access
can get into anything.
in this computer security system.
In that computer
Fuck
security
yeah.
system.
Okay.
Now, you also wanted to put the cameras on a loop-de-loop.
Yep. You want to do
Sure.
the hacking roll?
No, you can. I'll let you have that with the access card.
Okay.
Or no, make a hacking. You passed that last hacking roll, right?
Hmm.
Make one more. Just make one more.
7.
Okay. Add a -2 that still allows you to do what you're trying to do. So, cameras are on a loop. What are you doing now?
I'm going to whip through this computer network files or whatever, see if I can find files on this virus, and if there's files on potential buyers for this virus.
Or-
Our secondary objective was intel and
Right.
potentially the buyers.
So the guest list or...
Guest list, perfect.
Anybody he has, any like emails or anything we can get to in the system, that might be helpful. We also need to look at the video footage probably before you started the loop to see if there's anybody occupying the second level.
That is awesome.
Give us an idea of...
And also, if this
we know there's the 4 guards.
if this sale is going to go down at the party, there's a chance that Peter Falzone already went up to his office, got the stuff, has it on his person to make the pass at the party, so we could go back a couple hours and fast forward through the footage of the
See if we can
office and
yeah.
we see him do anything.
As you are watching the camera, make me a notice roll while he's hacking.
A 4.
So you see...
Did you add the +1?
Yeah.
You see Falzon, who you recognize from the briefing, meeting with someone directly, which, while you've been up here, you've seen guests coming in they never go straight to Falzon. You've seen this guy go straight to Falzon. What would you like to do?
Hey, see if you can zoom in on this camera or do the pinchy thing.
So I'm going to freeze the frame there, zoom in. I'm
Take a picture.
going to get a screen capture of that, send it to my phone. And then...
You could probably just use the camera on your phone and bring it up and go to SPEARnet from there.
Yeah, and then I'm going to run facial recognition.
All right, you come back with a name, Keo Marv. He is a 40-year-old Czech CZECH arms dealer with ties to Typhon. And you would both know Typhon is a terrorist group similar to S.P.E.A.R. They have cooperated at times, but they have also clashed at times.
Right. And he's an arms dealer and getting a new virus that's going to make bio-augmented humans even badasses. That's our likely buyer right there.
Yeah, that seems to pan out.
Do we notice anything pass between the two of them as we zoom back out?
No.
All right.
You see them shaking hands and having the beginning of a discussion, and if you stay long enough, you will see them heading up into the office.
Okay. Damn. It's time to go.
Okay.
And you said you also checked out the hidden areas on the second floor on the roof?
Yeah, real quick before we leave, I'd like to put a back door into their computer system.
A little virusy back door.
Okay.
So later, if if our second objective was to give them intel on Falzone,
You got like a little
or
plug-in for the
and I
for
can
the
just
server.
go back and say, "Here you go. You can look at all this shit," and he won't know it's there for a while.
Yep.
I'm going to make whatever tweaks to his security.
Firewall allowances and stuff.
Yeah, well, the antivirus software and stuff, whatever it's scanning his network to make sure that it ignores the backdoor I just put in there. You want another hack and roll?
No. You've made two good hacking
I
rolls.
love making hacking rolls.
Doing that, so I think we're good. You don't see into his bathroom, but the rest of the floor, you wouldn't have a camera in the ground floor bathroom either, but yeah, you could surmise that's a bathroom. So back down to sub-level 1, you see everything that's on this sub-level.
In the area that you just revealed upstairs in the second floor, on the right side of that room, what's that, stairs?
That is his closet.
Oh, okay.
He has a fuck ton of clothes in there.
Okay, I'm with you.
Did I keep it on the second floor?
No, we're back on the level we're on. I was just...
I'll let you look at it.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what this was. But
that's another server block.
Okay.
And another holographic table. There's many computer monitors and phones in front of the guard there. And you can tell he's a guard because he has a red border.
All right.
And you have done intel on the guards and whatnot at this point. So
I think we got to get to the second floor to stop this because there's a helicopter right above that. If the exchange is made there and then the helicopter is used. Look, if I'm the arms dealer and I buy this thing and I get it right now, I don't think I'm sticking around for the party.
Yeah. Is the only way to the roof through the helicopter access, or is it like a stairway roof hatch?
You have seen a ladder in the second floor rooms.
Going up to where approximate...
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. All right. So let's take the
ladder. How do we get to the second floor? The elevator will take us straight to the second floor.
You also noticed, because I forgot to mention it, the homeboy has two women with him. Not Keo, Sarangu.
Sarangu.
has 2 women with him, and you've noticed while you've been watching cameras, these women never leave his side.
I'm going to grab Facebook pictures of them too as well.
We're going to go back with so much good intel.
Yeah, we're not going to run facial recognition on them right now. I don't think we need to get moving.
So we'll head for the elevator.
All right.
We use the key card, push the button for the 2nd floor.
As you're going
Is this
through...
a cage elevator? No. Or does it got solid walls? When we go
It has solid
through
walls.
the 1st floor, nobody's going to be able to see us. Okay.
Nope.
Then let's go straight to the 2nd
As
floor.
you're walking through, you see a laundry room. You could tell the room above you is a wine cellar. The staff quarters is where the elevator is located. And you go straight up to the 2nd floor.
Yeah, as we're riding the elevator up, there's normally like an emergency access panel or like a service panel in the elevator.
The one that says for firemen's usage.
Yeah, I want to open that up. I don't want to do anything, but I want to open it while we're in the elevator before we reach the 2nd floor.
Okay.
When we get to the 2nd floor and we step out, I'm going to reach in there and grab a handful of whatever wires I can so the elevator can't go down.
Okay.
I don't like it when you laugh. It makes me scared.
Right.
The elevator dings on the 2nd floor. The door opens, and you see a very startled guard. And let me move your tokens because it is go time.
Like I said, when the doors open, I just handful of wire, circuitry, whatever I can reach in there and just yank it from the wall.
All right.
If we got a ladder up.
Yeah, we just got to move fast enough that he doesn't take the ladder up and fly off before. And there's probably another way down, too.
Yeah, but it's not as quick as an elevator.
It's not. I'm just saying. We got to get to him fast.
Yeah.
I will draw for the guard first. You can position yourself like you are actually in the doodle bob if you'd like.
The doodle bob.
The doodle bob.
Okay, and so the guard is the one over here by the computers and stuff.
Mm-hmm. The guard has got a king of diamonds. You have got a jack of diamonds. And you have got a 3 of diamonds. Do any of you have edges that impact this in any way?
No.
No. Do you want to use a Benny to redraw? Chances of beating the king are
Slim.
pretty slim.
Can't you use a Benny to have him redraw?
No.
No.
I checked the rules after we did that one time. It's not in the rules. I did see on another stream where somebody... the GM allowed it, but everybody had to spend a Benny to make the guy, but it was a home rule.
Since you guys are knowing you're going into a thing, and he
Surprise
is
round?
not, I will give y'all a surprise round, just because it doesn't seem right to have him go first in this particular situation.
Hey, as long as we can stay quiet here. As long as we can stay quiet here. You pop him. I've got nothing suppressed.
So then I want to fire off my suppressed sniper rifle at him. 5.
Say hit.
So, being a sniper rifle, which are very loud, I'd say it has a little more oomph than a suppressed pistol. So I am going to give that guard that's right outside this room
There's a
notice roll. There's something.
Okay.
But it will be at a -2 for the suppressor.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's a 10.
All right.
So an 8.
Do you want knowing that it is
I've done it.
Okay. So what did you roll on your doodad?
A 5.
A 5.
Go on, explode. One of them explode.
But they're both 7s. So a total of 15 points of damage. It's 2 armor piercing, if that makes a difference.
So he goes down in a big and exciting way.
Well done. First kill. You go Yama mama.
Yama mama.
So I'm just gonna move that
Yama.
window to the side for now.
It's a mountain.
What would you like to do?
We saw that guard in the hallway from the cameras, right? So we know we have to make. I was just trying not to meta the fact that I knew he made a roll.
Yeah. I'm going to release the Kraken.
It's a Kraken.
I'm popping my Sentinel back out. And when that door opens, the Sentinel's going to fly out it if it can get by the guy.
Okay.
I just want to get eyes on our target. If we get slowed down with the guard. I don't think that there's a doorway out of the office other than into the hallway.
Unless he leaps out of a second-story window, which does not seem smart.
Doesn't seem like his style.
No, might ruin his suit.
All right. So next round, guard, 9 of clubs. You, 6 of clubs. You, 5 of clubs.
I'd like to spend one of my minis and redraw.
All right. 5 of hearts.
What the guard have, a 6?
9.
9 of clubs.
I'm going to use one of mine to redraw.
8 of hearts.
Motherfucker.
I'm not willing to spend another penny on this.
That makes it the guard's turn. You hear, "Yo, Sanchez, you all right?" And you see the door open, but you can only see the back of the door. You don't see what's on the other side.
Did Sanchez fall behind the desk?
Yes. Behind the table with the computers and whatnot.
You're still wearing your cloak, right?
Mm-hmm. But I'd have to re-roll my stealth.
I'm going to step into the elevator. Well, it's not my turn.
But your sentinel is exiting, correct?
I said if it could get by the guy. And if the guy hasn't come in the room, I'm not going to move the sentinel past him.
Okay. You didn't say when the door opens. You said when he comes in the room.
I said when he comes in, when the door is open, if I can get by the guy.
You, looking at the screen, can tell the guy is not the girl. Actually, this is a female guard. The girl is not blocking it enough that the sentinel wouldn't be able to go through, but you would have to make a...
All right, now we get close enough that their negative to notice is only -2.
Yeah.
So I'm not willing to do that. I'm going to just have it hovering kind of in the middle of the room where she would be at a -4 to see it. So I'm not willing to do that yet.
Okay. I'm going... I did not put anything in here for Keo Marv, so homie is now Keo Marv.
Nice.
I
So
apologize.
Okay, so there's the two women and
You
Sarangu, and that was Kiomar. Gotcha.
You can't currently see in there at the moment, but you
Remembering
surmise.
back to what I saw in the video before we came up on.
That woman's mouth is eerily openly wide.
So, and she's only wearing a towel. You.
So I have the back. I'm in the doorway to the right in front of the elevator. I'm standing in front of it, but I can't. I didn't move the space, but I want to train my sniper rifle, to where I assume she's going to be stepping into the room.
Oh, I like it. And then drop her when
Is the table hollow underneath, or is it like a desk where it's she would have to step around it to see him on the floor?
Oh, it's a table.
So it's empty underneath.
Try it. She just started to pop, which could have been him hitting the floor. She's going to come check on him.
So I'm going to train my rifle on, this spot here. And when she steps into the room and enters that square, or within my line of sight there, I'm going to pop her.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my action for her to enter in that crossfire.
All right. What are you going to do?
Since I'm not cloaked like she is, I've stepped into the elevator and using my smartphone, I'm piloting the Sentinel, which is just hovering right now.
Okay. So you hear her say, "Oh, God." And then you hear a banging on what sounds like a metal door in the hallway. You hear, "Boss, boss."
All right.
Whose
I'm
turn?
pushing the fire button on the Sentinel, going for a aimed shot at her head.
Now?
Mhm.
Okay. She's basically just holding the door open and peering into the room, so I'm going to give her half cover.
Okay, the options were light, medium, heavy, or
Medium.
-4.
Mm.
All right. No, shot misses.
So I feel like we fell out of turn order there.
Well, the
It's a new-
Sentinel was holding an action. So.
Okay. So it is a new round now, yeah.
Sounds good.
She has a king.
God damn it.
You
It's a loaded deck.
have a 6. I keep shuffling it because it does seem like it's like a vaguely odd sequence. You have a 9. It's like 6 and 9s and kings the entire fucking time tonight.
I don't think you're good
Nice.
shuffling. I'll use the Benny to redraw.
Against a king.
I really, really need her to not go first.
You have a queen of hearts.
Motherfucker!
So that makes it her turn. And once she realizes that she is being shot at, the door slams shut. And you hear the door behind her in the hallway open.
Okay. Let me see your turn.
I wish I hadn't destroyed the elevator.
I'm not going to say anything.
Just go.
All right.
Go.
I'm going to run.
Remember what you're good at?
The door. What do I see when I enter the hallway?
You see her, and the door in front of you is open, and you see standing in that room Falzan and Keo Marv, and they are turning, and it looks like they are getting ready to vamos.
All right. I don't know that this is a thing, but can I like reach out and try to snap her neck, kind of assassinate, like?
I believe that would be an edge granted thing, but I will permit you to make an attack.
It's a fighting roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can flavor it that way, and we see how it plays out.
Okay.
So you got the fighting skill. You had it at least at a D4.
Yeah, I have martial arts, which when I'm in melee, my damage is my strength die plus a D4. So, just so you're aware. So, my fighting is a D6.
Her parry is a 5.
Okay.
Beat a 5.
I did beat a 5. I hit a 5. Okay. So then my damage is my strength die, which is a D8 plus a D4 for the damage. Do I still roll the D6? The wild die?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fucking dice.
And so it's going to be the D4 is a plus.
Yep.
And the other ones.
So between the wild die and the D8, you choose which one you're going to use and then add the D4.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
That sounds right to me. That sounds like what we were doing in
I was
Street
also a
Wolves.
+1 to melee, so I got a 6. I didn't see that, but it didn't matter.
I thought you there's wild die on damage.
Huh?
Is there wild dice on damage? I know damage dice explode.
I'm not going to use it anyways, but you can look while I'm figuring it. So, total of 7 points of damage to her.
All right. Tell us how it goes down.
So as I come out the door and she kind of like turns towards me, I just reach out and grab her, like her face, and take one hand around the back of her head and just go snip, and her whole body just kind of reels in place and crumples to the ground.
All right.
And I still have 1 block of movement. Can I split up my movement like that?
I think you can in Savage Worlds.
Okay.
Okay. So I have 1 more block, so I'm going to move into that doorway.
All right.
All right, John Anderson, it is your
My turn. All right.
Guard is down with a severely broken neck.
Nicely done. All right, so then I am going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to pull out the submachine gun and aim it at the back of Yama here.
Make a luck roll. Just kidding.
I'm just leveling it that way
with the
so that
doorway.
when she clears the
It's
doorway.
too bad new recruit doesn't have a
Oops.
may pop off a shot.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
It's the oops mechanic.
All right, so
Dude, if I ever make a game, there's going to be an oops mechanic.
there should be, but it should go both ways. Like you might accidentally find something really cool. But
Yeah, it's luck.
we are adding a few people this time, so I'm going to start with the biggest threat and go down until we reach you guys.
Okay.
Which isn't to say you guys aren't big threats.
No.
but-
I understood what you meant.
Falzon, 10 of clubs. The girl in the towel with her mouth wide open, 6 of hearts. The other girl, Queen of diamonds. I was hoping it would be a 9.
69.
Kyo, 4 of spades. I almost said
Nuevo.
Greg. Nuevo.
Anderson. Mr.
3 of diamonds.
Fuck me.
Yama, 9 of spades. So Fortnite, where are we dropping, boys?
I have 1 Benny. I have a 9. The only person who's going to go ahead of me is the girl without the towel and Falzone.
What did Falzone get? A 10?
10.
I'm going to use the Benny.
I'm going to use a penny.
I want to go first.
Come on, we're due face cards.
Who wants to use their Benny first? You
Me.
said it first.
Me. If you let me down, I'm going to be really upset with you.
Joker.
3 of clubs.
Motherfucker.
Do you get the
She
pick?
gets pick the higher of the two.
Okay. So, yours.
Ace of diamonds.
Nice.
So, you will be going first.
Which isn't helpful with my big ass in the doorway.
It could be.
Get hold in action.
What would you like to do?
He's a sleeper agent. He's going to shoot me in the back.
You never said you put away your sentinel. I assume
Right.
your sentinel's still in
It's
play.
still floating, but I am no longer really actively controlling it
Okay.
with smartphone. Here's what I'm doing. I am activating my telekinesis power of wall walker. Little hairs come out of my fingertips and whatnot, and I am going up the wall, inverting on the ceiling.
Fuck yeah.
My going vertical is, on horizontal surfaces, my pace is the same as it normally is. If I'm inverted, like on a ceiling, it's at half, but I'm not going to do that much movement. So up the wall and along the ceiling to be essentially right over Yama. And then I'm going to fire my submachine gun.
At who?
So The guy right in front of...
You can fire it while you're hanging from the ceiling?
Sure.
Okay, I just was asking. I was trying to picture it in my head.
I can see where John might decide to get him, but I got...
I feel like you got...
Wall walker.
No, I just... Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about guns.
Firing it with one hand.
I'm sure that was an expensive power. I think you should be able to use it in this way.
I appreciate that. It was pretty expensive.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to, dissuade you from using it. I just, I don't know much about guns. I was like, I don't know. I guess maybe I thought it was like the big one, not like a single.
No,
one.
it's a handheld.
Okay, that's why.
It's a little
I thought it was the one where you got like the handle on the top.
No, not
I don't know
like
shit about guns.
Not like battery.
Okay.
No, this is like a little Uzi kind of thing.
I gotcha.
All right, so my shooting is a D8.
Now, which one did you say you were going to shoot at?
I had his name written down.
Keelmarv?
Or Falzone?
Keelmarv. Falzone's behind the desk, so he's got some cover.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to let the brute just go plow through the desk. Exploding dice.
Fuck yeah.
Exploding dice.
Fuck yeah.
16, 23, which is a hit and
5 raises.
4 raises. Almost 5. So those raises give me an extra damage dice.
Cool.
So instead of doing 2d6 plus 1, I'm going to do 3d6 plus 1. Give me some explosions.
Come on, baby. Is that one of those dice where it's got one side that's not actually a number?
4, 6, 7 points.
Nice.
He was dressed for a party. What were the chances that he had armor on?
His chest erupts. He did have armor on, but apparently not enough. And
All right, and then free action. I'd just like to look over at Sarangu and say, "Just drop it. Sit down, and you'll get out of this alive. And I'm sure your millions will buy you freedom eventually."
all right. Anything else?
No.
That makes it Lady's
Other girl's turn.
She.
Where do you hide a gun when you're draped in a towel?
No,
Not
this
that
is
one.
This is the other one.
Oh, so you can have anything.
She
I can hide a gun while in the towel.
pulls out her Derringer
Cute.
and pops off a shot at you.
Me?
I'm
Okie dokie.
going to move my token off of her just for ease. But
Does 5 hit you?
That's my toughness or my parry?
it's aimed. It's a ranged weapon. Then it's just a 4 is all she needs to hit.
Okay. Then she hits.
1d4 minus 2.
And my toughness is a 7, so she's got to beat a 7 in damage.
I don't know. I was guessing on a Derringer.
No, I'm just stating.
It's straight 1d4. She hits a 3.
Yeah, my toughness is a 7.
So
bounces off of your rubbery skin.
I'd say she grazes one of your cushioned areas.
You can keep shaking your stomach. It's not going to come up with the word.
It might eventually.
He did it so many times. It got very unnerving towards the end. I'm like, what are you doing?
And that brings us back to Falzon, who you see reach under the desk and all of a sudden you hear a very loud alarm. And at that moment, after a few seconds of blaring sirens in your ear, all of the power goes out everywhere. There's still a little bit of light you can still see. But the power goes out and you hear a helicopter coming overhead and hovering.
He's going for the window.
He raises up his arms when he realizes that the alarm has... Did I say he raises up his alarms?
No, you said arms.
Okay, he raises up his arms when he realizes the alarm is cut off with the rest of the power and says, okay, you managed to find the power. Cool. I will let you know that I have this place wired on a backup generator. It will blow up if I do not check in every 5 minutes. You will kill everybody in the party below. You will kill yourselves. Let me go, or everyone here dies.
Give us the virus.
Give you the virus?
Give
No.
us the virus, I'll let you go.
It can blow up with everybody else.
Including you.
Including me.
Okay.
I'm going to shut the door.
Brings it to your turn. That's what you're doing with your turn.
Is that the only thing I can do?
You have multiple things you can do.
You just made it sound like that was going to be my one thing. So I'm going to...
That's like an interact with object.
Just, if you trust my hacking skills, kill him, and I'll go disable his failsafe.
When he was hacking, I mean, did he see anything about this when he was looking through systems? Okay. So I'm going to shut the door. And I'm going to run, slide across the desk, use whatever extra movement I need to, because take him on head to head.
Okay, what you doing?
I'm melee attacking him. Okay. So my fighting is a D6 plus 1. Don't let me down. Fuck yes. 1. That's 11. A 12.
12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that does a D8.
You might do more. Was it more than double his parry?
It was not more than double.
Okay. Then just regular damage.
What if it's equal double?
So, to be a hit, you got to meet the parry, and every time you do that again, it's a raise. So if 12 was exactly twice his parry, then it's a raise, which would give
So 1 raise.
Awesome. So I get, like, my damage is 1d8 plus 1d4. So do I get another d8?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If I rolled a 4 on that plus d4, does that explode and I get to roll that?
Mm-hmm.
So 4, 3. So that's 8.
11.
That's 11, 16, 18 points of damage.
So that's shaken in 1 wound?
Depending on what his toughness is.
His toughness is an 8.
And you did it 18?
18.
Yeah, so the first time she met 8 was shaken, and when she met 8 again, it was a wound. So
Okay. So you land some pretty solid hits on him?
Yeah. So, like, I imagine, like, I did that one-handed, like, mount onto the desk and, like, slid across and made my feet just contact straight into his sternum and, like, knocked him back.
All right,
Nice.
and that... Anything else for you?
Just gonna look at him and be like, "You're mine."
You've already dealt with Marv.
You can move your token back to where I was since I'm not there anymore.
So you're
not outside the door.
The 1 drone left. And And she is going to also charge across the desk and make for attacking you.
Okay.
And although she looks like she's wearing a towel, it's actually the utmost of high fashion towels.
Oh.
It's designer. It's a Gucci towel.
Coochie towel.
The Gucci towel covering it.
Wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing.
She makes an attack on you. What's your parry?
5.
So she hits the 5. And strength plus D4.
I don't know that that's for her. That's what I get for martial artist.
5 hit your toughness?
No, I'm
Okay.
a 7.
All right, that winds down this round. Roll a notice, both of you, at a -1.
Does that cancel out our +1?
It canceled out your +2 and
Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
still went down. Wait,
I know what you meant. 6,
make it a straight.
10.
Yeah, make it a -1. You had a +1.
Yeah, I'm with you. I rolled a 9.
You hear what sounds like fast footsteps on the metal ladder in the room behind you.
The room where my sentinel still is.
I believe that is the case.
Mm.
New round.
What did you roll on your nose?
A 3.
Ooh.
We will start with Homie. 10 of diamonds. Drone towel, 7 of hearts. Drone regular, 8 of clubs. You,
Mr. Anderson.
8 of hearts. You, 2 of spades.
Motherfucker. I don't like this game anymore.
So when we heard the helicopter,
It wasn't taking off. It was one flying in from somewhere, hovering, and then you heard it fly away. So that means it is Falzon first.
so presumably there's still a helicopter on the roof. Presumably. We don't know what happened
Presumably.
when we were in the tunnels. That thing could have left.
You would probably reason that the helicopter is still up on the roof. It doesn't sound like you heard the taking off. Falzon's turn. He says, "Your time's almost up. They're here. Either let me go or we all die." And that makes it the first drone's turn. The one with the Derringer. She is going to back up. And that makes it your turn.
All right, well, I'm going to say to him, well, you said we had 5 minutes before you had to check in.
Wait, do clubs come before hearts?
No, it's reverse
So-
alphabetical.
Back it up. You went before the drone.
Okay. So I was telling him, you said we had 5 minutes before you had to check in or everything was going to be, I'll take my chances with those odds and I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
That's a 17. He's got a 6 parry.
You don't need that. It's just plus. It's just out of 4 because you're shooting.
Yeah, you're shooting.
Oh, 17. So 4 is 13. So that's 3 raises, which is 1 extra damage die.
It's still an extra damage die. He make his
That explodes. 11, 17, 18 damage.
Okay. That's like 2 wounds on one turn, right?
yeah.
Depending on his toughness.
His toughness
Toughness
is
is 8.
yeah.
8. So, yeah, it's 2 wounds.
So he goes down.
So then I would like to drop down from the wall and then turn towards the door and just have my submachine gun aimed towards the other room.
You can probably see because I did not hear you say you shut that door behind you.
I did.
I came out after you.
No, but I shut the door in the room we're in.
Okay.
Sorry.
Never mind then.
Never mind.
The drones go down on one knee. They seem to be not controlled anymore. Your turn.
I'm gonna pick up the unconscious Falzone and bring him to the other side of the desk.
Search him quick. Search the desk. Put a gun to the head of one of these chicks and find out where that thing is. We got to get out of here.
You need to make your way over to the room with the computers and see if you can't stop whatever.
To the room with 4 bad guys in it.
Is it? Never mind. Is there a computer? There's a computer in here. So.
Power's out.
Oh.
And I just realized now why John did that. He snatched my hacking right away from me.
Fucker. Can you maybe heal him enough to revive him? And I can intimidate him into telling us where it's at?
Based on the fact that we were willing to put a bullet in his head and we'd all blow up, I don't know that you're going to be able to intimidate anything out of this guy. I'm going to start just search.
Yeah. I'll break apart the desk if I have to. Punch walls, whatever I need to do.
Okay, so I'm going to say roll a notice.
We're still at a minus?
You can be at a plus for this one. It was just a minus because there was so much going on in this room that you may not have heard something happening in the other room.
Damn.
22.
So you find a ledger in the desk. You can't make much out of it.
I hand it to my guy over here.
Pocket it. Nobody got time for this.
I'm gonna look for. I'm gonna search the globe. Sometimes those crack open. There's shit inside of those.
Is that what that is in the corner?
Y'all are still in turn order. I'm not gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were in turn order. My apologies. Yes.
So, okay. Next turn. You, 9 of diamonds. You, Jack of spades.
Now.
Yeah.
The unseens. Reverse alphabetical order, right?
Mm-hmm. So spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs.
You hear a da-dum, 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 da-dum. And suddenly the door behind you is shoved into you.
What? What the fuck? Is that a fucking werewolf?
So attempting to throw the door open, say is a strength roll.
Or agility.
I'd say it's a strength roll. Oh, y'all got super lucky.
Yeah, we did.
So the door opens, but it doesn't do any damage to you. But you definitely feel an irresistible force behind it. And the door is now open, and you see in front of you a gorilla chimera, circipedes.
Circipedes.
And operator. Never. I didn't say that.
Shit's about to go
Sideways.
ape shit.
Over your head, something flies into the room. And it takes you a second, but you realize that's got to be a grenade. The drone is completely obliterated by this towel girl. You
The drone that's in the other room.
No, she's in the room with you.
Oh, I'm thinking of those characters you're calling drones.
Sentinel.
I was thinking about my Sentinel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The ladies in
don't
here
kill
are
my
called
Sentinel.
drones too. I actually got confused about this when I was making them character sheets because there was, like, when I was searching in the book, there was drones and then there was drones. So, you also will take 22 damage. So
Well,
take
I got
out your
12 toughness, so that makes 10 damage, which makes for a single,
Shaken.
which is shaken.
It's not so bad. Just gotta remember to do your vigor roll or whatever next turn.
Mm-hmm.
You will be up next with the Jack of Spades.
Am I able to tell that these are enemies of me? Yeah.
They threw a grenade at your friend, yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if there were. I mean, there's lots of people in this room. Okay, then I'm gonna ready my sniper rifle at the ape man, and hold my action for when Anderson steps out of the way.
Okay.
Holding my sniper rifle hit.
So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somebody else, they are wearing night vision goggles and tactical helmets, but I didn't find any royalty-free pictures of people in night vision goggles and tactical helmets, so you see what they look like under the tactical helmets and whatnot here.
Cool.
And she is going to ready her weapon. And that makes it your turn. Nuevo,
First, I'd like to make a vigor roll and see if I can get rid of shaken.
do it.
Nine.
I'm
no longer shaken. And then I'm going to take a step back, which gives him the equivalent of an opportunity attack, but it's called something different in Savage World.
Does it operate the same way? He just gets a free attack. So he is going to try to do a melee attack on you. He has no pluses on that, so I'm sure a 3 doesn't hit you.
It does not.
Okay.
But since he stepped out of the door frame, I'm able to take my shot.
Take a shot.
1 explosion. So a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 to hit. So that succeeds, gives me 2d8 plus 1. Double 6s, so 13 points of damage.
You see it make an impact on his tactical gear, and he jerks back, but you don't see any blood or anything coming from it.
Shit.
Okay, so back to my turn now.
Back to your turn now.
All right, then I am going to... I'm going to shoot my submachine gun, which may fire a 3-round burst and has a rate of fire of 3. So I'm going to fire 3-round bursts. And I believe the second and third shots take negatives.
All right.
So their first shooting skill, 3-round burst. That's a miss. Second 3-round burst. a mess. All my pennies are gone. The third one is a hit. Well, how many minuses do you get for additional shots?
Let's say 2.
All right, well, then it's a hit. Just barely. You went down to a 5.
Oh, goodness.
But it is a 3-round burst. So...
Oh, God.
Not a single freaking exploding die. 6, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
You see a bunch of fabric flying off of his vest, but it doesn't seem like you see any blood.
Shit.
And I'm going to say, the dude is dead. You might as well save your trouble and just go find you somebody else to work for.
Okay. And you already went. The only one left is this guy. I'm gonna...
Out of curiosity, the gorilla dude that came through the door, does he look like the guards that I took pictures of earlier?
And he has much better gear.
Son of
Obviously.
a bitch, this is not the guards. This is freaking helicopter drop of the other entity. Typhon.
Yeah.
Freaking Typhon.
You hear... See, sir. Keep them here. We will go find it.
Great. Got a snake neotherian soap too.
And that will be the end of their turns.
I don't know what to do.
So, same order. You get first. 4 of clubs. You get second. Ace of spades. Third is Caesar. 7 of clubs. Gorgon, 5 of hearts. 9 of clubs for 1. 5 of spades for 2. Are you sure you put 2 jokers in this deck? I know I saw 1 when I was shuffling, but... So, Ace of Spades goes first.
I'm gonna move up to the doorway. And I'm gonna pummel the face of this guy.
Give it a shot.
Alright, so my fighting is 2d6. Throw the d6. One explosion, so 10 plus 1, so 11 to hit.
Alright, that is no raises.
No raises, but it does hit.
It does hit.
Okay, so I get a d8 plus d4 for my damage. Oh. Seven.
Alright, you make contact, but doesn't seem to have a whole lot of purchase on him. That brings us to number 1. And with the kerfluffle going on in front of him, he can't move through the door. So he's gonna hang out there. Makes it Gorgon's turn. And Yama, you can see him making a beeline for the stairs. And that makes it okay, that probably should have been Caesar. Getting my cards out of whack over here. But there's 2 5s left. Caesar will be one of them. Caesar is going to make his own attack against you. 7.
My parry is a 5. So it's a hit with no raise.
So he's beating his chest and all that, and then he turns his beating chest on you and wails on you for a second.
Oh, wails on me?
Wails on you.
Rude.
For 15 damage.
Okay, so my toughness is 7, so that's shaken and a wound.
Mm-hmm.
And then that makes it number 2's turn. Number 2 is going to follow her Gorgon friend. And that makes it your turn.
All right, I'm going to search Falzone's body and the desk, everything I can in that area to try and find the virus.
Roll 1 notice and you can search the body or the desk.
I found the ledger in the desk.
On a really good roll.
Right.
That is an 11, and I'm searching the body.
You find a Walther PPK
What?
and a handgun.
Oh, sounded like he had a stroke in the middle of that sentence.
Bundle of money. A key card that looks like it would be the security clearance that you leveled yours up to. And that's it.
No, that's my turn.
Damn it.
All right. Joker's got to come around sometime.
Yeah.
You first.
They have a hell of a lot more opportunities to get it than we do.
5 of diamonds. You second. 5 of clubs. Caesar. King of hearts.
God damn it.
Gorgon. Jack of diamonds. Operator 1. 7 of diamonds. Operator 2. Jack of hearts. So, King of diamonds.
Yep.
He is going to laugh as he takes another swing at you. It's an explosion.
Oh, no.
14. So that's double your parry.
Yeah.
So 3d6. So 6 plus 2, 8, 9, 14.
My toughness is a 7, so that's 2 more wounds. That puts me at 3 wounds. Not incapacitated, but at a -3.
One more wound, she's down.
I'm down. Happy butt.
He's down.
No. Reverse alphabetical order. So Operator 2 goes down the stairs.
Sorry, excuse me.
The Gorgon goes down the stairs. And Operator 1, now that that person is not in melee, that might not be the same in Savage Worlds, that you can't move through friendly spaces in melee. But,
I think that's up to you.
yeah. Now he is going to come around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make his way for the stairs.
Yep, that makes it you.
Hi.
No, reverse off. Yes.
He had a diamond.
I'm gonna search the body of the buyer.
Could have already changed hands.
Could have already changed hands.
You find money.
Fuck.
Don't put a gun to my head.
And shoot myself. Kind of hope the building builds up now.
What's this along the wall?
That is an organ. Looks ancient.
And this?
A globe.
And did you choose?
I didn't get a chance to. I was going to, but I didn't.
I'm gonna search the globe.
You don't even have to roll. You find nothing. It's a globe. If you want to break it and look on the inside, you can. I wouldn't.
So I moved, and searching was my action, so I'm done.
My turn. Can I charge this guy?
You could try.
I want to try.
Is that a strength contest?
I would say so. I have my strength is a D8 plus 1.
Would you say that's...
Yeah, that's a good... We can look it up later, but that sounds like a good way to handle it right now. Kind of like a grapple thing.
Do you do that with a bonus dice?
Yeah, you make all attack rolls with bonus dice. In fact, I think the only thing that doesn't get bonus dice is damage.
I rolled a 6.
You were able to charge him. What was... Did you take the -3? For your 3 wounds?
Oh, it would have been 6 plus 1 because I'm a plus 1 on strength, so a 7 minus 3, so a 4.
So that equaled what he rolled.
So nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, new round. You. Queen of clubs. You. Queen of spades. Caesar. 6.
Of what?
Of clubs.
Okay. When I shuffle, it's better.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's the
Operator
first
4
face
clubs.
card I've gotten tonight, I think.
Yep. So I go first.
Yes.
Okay. What else to do? Because I can't hit him. I mean, I'm hitting him, but I'm not doing any damage.
Punch the motherfucker and get a bunch of raises, some extra damage dice, and kick his ass.
All right. I'm going to try to punch this dude in the face. I'm trying to avoid his body armor. Like, your face isn't protected. I should be able to get past it. So fighting is I get D6s for that. No, I rolled a 6 total.
That does not meet his parry.
Yeah. Didn't think so.
So now your turn.
I'm going to attempt to shoot past her to him.
Just shoot through me. I'll sacrifice myself.
I figure he gets cover.
We'll give him medium cover.
And it's -4. First round of 3 missed. Second round of 3 missed. Third round of 3 missed.
God damn it.
That brings up his turn. He is going to try to shove you. We're going to rule the same way as your charge earlier.
Radiant explosion. 11, 12.
So, he totally missed. Would you like to turn it back against him?
What would that do?
Shove him back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Push my motherfucking doorway. I want to go with him, though.
The operator, he hears what sounds like his friend getting pushed back, and he turns and shoots at you with his HKUSP.
Sound like you had a stroke again.
It did. It's not even words.
He rolled a 3.
Oh.
Alright, so new turn. You have a 9 of spades. You have a 4 of diamonds. Caesar has an ace of clubs. Operator 1 has a king of clubs.
I only worked for one round. I'm sorry.
So Caesar with the ace of clubs is going to attempt to shove you again. He got a 6.
I got an 11.
Okay. Since you didn't double his roll this time, I'm not going to let you move him back further. The operator is going to shoot at you again. And miss.
God damn.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go to the doorway, climb the wall, get on the ceiling, and shoot at the operator.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
And
Oh, shit.
I'll just roll another D8. You don't have to get that. Why are D8s so hard to find? Is it just me?
I have trouble with D12s, actually.
All right, the 6 exploded again.
Nice.
16
Okay.
to hit.
To hit.
Was that a raise?
That was just one raise.
Well, it's a shooting. It's against a D4.
Right, and what did I say I had?
A 16.
A 16.
So that's...
So 4 release 12. That's
3
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You only get one extra bonus dice no matter how many raises you get there. Oh my God. 3d6. I rolled 6 total plus 1 is 7.
You know what? He's dead.
You know, when you say it like that, it's a little disappointing. You could have just said, you blew his fucking head off. And
Feels
made us
like
feel
a pity
good about
fuck.
it. Right. Which,
Like,
now that I think about it, I've never turned one of those down either. So,
you know, all's well that ends
yeah,
well.
it's good. I'm good with it. Now that, thanks for putting it in context for
You're
me.
welcome.
Like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm still getting laid. Okay. I am... I guess I'm going to punch this dude in the face. Because if I try to run past you, I'm just going to be leaving you for him to beat the shit out of. So.
You know, you have a freaking tactical knife as part of your loadout.
Yeah, but it doesn't hit nearly as hard as my fist do.
Okay.
Okay, so... Shit. I'm dropping shit. Okay. I'm going to attack him with my hands.
When you built this guy to do this, now do it.
A 6. That don't do it.
It's got a parry of 7.
Yeah. Another turn.
I haven't been rolling with my -3.
And it hasn't mattered.
It hasn't fucking mattered.
5 of spades.
Of course.
King of spades.
Look at you.
4 of hearts. King of
You
spades.
could have tried to soak one of those wounds. but it takes an action.
Alright, I'm gonna try to punch this motherfucker again. Again. I missed. With my -3.
You're 5.
Oh. I'm going to try and shoot at him again. That's a hit. That one exploded.
Nice.
14 points of damage.
All right. He is shaking.
I fucking hate you. God damn it.
All right. So he is going to give you the equivalent of an opportunity attack.
Bust his fucking ass.
It did explode.
And again.
So 10. 7.
How do you go from 10 to 7?
I have a -3 because I'm at 3
Okay.
wounds.
Would you get plus
That
1 for your
matches
fighting
his-
style, right? So it's actually an 8.
An 8.
Your martial arts.
That gets it.
Now explode some damage on this motherfucker. Do it.
I did. 12 plus 1, 13 plus 3 is 16.
He has 1 wound.
Thank God. Cthulhu save me.
All right, and he is making for the ladder. 1,
And the ladder
2,
goes up.
3, 4, 5, 6, and he is up on the roof. You can pursue him, in which case you will stay in turn order, or you can move to follow the Gorgon.
Dude,
Is this house ever going to blow up?
I'm going to try to do a healing roll on her using my superpower healing.
Okay.
So I do a focus roll as an action to heal 1 wound, 2 wounds with a raise. My focus skill is a D6, so. Which is a 4. You've healed 1 wound.
Yay! Thank you.
All right. Do we follow the Gorgon up? We got a lot of intel. We didn't get the stuff. We killed the bad guys. Do we try to get to the helicopter and get the hell out of here before this place blows like it could? Or do we go downstairs where there's 4 more of these bad guys, or 3 more of these bad guys, plus guards?
I don't think we can take any more people.
And then we have to cut our losses.
I think we're going to have to just hope that the intel, whatever we can get, will be enough to intercept these guys later. Because
we know he didn't make he didn't get it to his buyer. So maybe there's time to stop him before he sells it to the next guy.
Yeah, but whatever operatives are here, they've gone looking for it. It's obviously
Yeah,
down.
that one said that thing, keep him here, we'll go find it.
So I'm assuming it's down.
Like they knew where I was.
Yeah.
No, did they say we'll go find it or we'll go get it?
Something like that.
That's what disturbed me.
Yeah.
Like, was this whole office thing just a really bad decision on my part of being where it was?
There's no way we could have known.
I think we got to cut our losses.
I think we got to
We're going to run upstairs.
Try to take that helicopter.
Up the ladder.
All right, by the time y'all make it up there, you don't see Caesar. You also do not see the guard that was at one point stationed up there.
And if he finishes, you do not see a helicopter.
No, you see the helicopter. The helicopter's still there. Are you going to try to get into the helicopter?
Is Caesar inside the helicopter?
No.
Yeah.
So you get in the helicopter, it starts right up. Keys are in it and everything.
I was hoping it was going to do like the
Need a
explosion.
Need a piloting roll?
Yeah, give me one. Since
Don't
you
look
got
at my
points in
tray.
it.
Yeah. No. Don't crash the helicopter into the house.
Hold on, let me check one thing.
Searching for bonuses.
I am.
Can I assist?
Yeah, that's a failure.
Can I assist?
Was it a critical failure?
No.
So you managed to get
missed it by
everything
one.
going, and you go to take off, and instead of taking off, it veers over to the right, and you manage to catch it just in time before you crash into the back garden.
Like that fucking scene from Independence Day. And like, oh, I reach up and I take this little card where I'd written up, down, left, right, turn it over.
Exactly like that. I
Exactly.
imagine you pull out your wallet with this little instructional like infograph.
Oh, shit.
So you manage to catch it just in the nick of time before you clip into a tree, and as you're riding the helicopter and trying to lift it up, you see a seaplane taking off behind you and going off into the sunset.
Are there any armaments on this helicopter?
No.
We're really bad secret agents.
No, it's all in the light you put on it. Mama Bear, this is Cub 1 and Cub 2 reporting in. Primary target.
We got fucked in the honeypot.
Primary target got escaped. Lots of intel, ledger, backdoor in computer systems, lots of facial recognition, buyer eliminated. Wait a minute, the seaplane takes off, but we left the dude dead. Who took off with the seaplane?
The guys who went downstairs.
They left Caesar?
He's a monkey man. Maybe he climbed down.
Climb down.
Yeah, okay.
Monkey.
All right,
Cheeky
but
monkey.
yeah, hey, it was not a complete success, but we got a lot of good intel. We got his ledger. If he ever or whoever takes over for him fires up this computer system again, we got a back door into it, and we can do intel.
As
on
we
it.
fly away, the house explodes.
We got a lot of pictures of known associates.
We do.
So you guys are now free to...
Hey, your drone was flying around. It would have been recording all those people who were just in that room with us.
That's right.
You guys are free to do a written debrief, but when you get back to headquarters, your handler is completely perturbed with you, and he says, I knew, because of the way we're stretched so thin, that this had a high chance of not going our way. I'm very happy that it didn't end with your deaths, but this could have gone a lot better. We're going to have to treat this as a learning experience.
Well, I think you're discounting a couple of major factors here. A huge player in the bad guy world, Peter Falzon, gone. A huge player in the bad guy world, Keo Marv, arms dealer and worker with Typhon, gone. Backdoor into Falzon's computer network. Who knows what you can get off of that? In our hands. This ledger, all of these facial recognition, there's a lot of intel here.
I agree. That
Thanks.
was
We'll
some
just leave it at that.
good intel there. But
we failed.
the fact of the matter is, Falzon was a much smaller fish than he thought he was. And that is why...
Well, your intel kind of sucked, too. Like, there was no indication that Typhon was going to, raid the place at the same time we were there. At some point, you guys got to look in the mirror on this
I
one.
feel like there's a failure in bureaucracy here.
I'm saying there's blame to go around.
If we had plans on what Typhon was doing, sure, we could have told you, but we also told you we didn't want you to go in there and combat. We wanted you to get the virus and get out.
And that was always the plan.
Discretion.
We made it through the tunnels, all the way to the top level of the house.
And at some point, you completely passed where the virus was.
You knew where it was at?
We did not know where it
Then
was
you
at.
don't know that we passed it.
Okay.
Well, like you said, learning experience could have gone better, but nobody's dead. So, well, not for us.
Falzon, you didn't kill Falzon either. He's still alive. Keo Marvin's dead. But we had that debate.
Yeah.
Anywho, this has been a very rough running of Titan Effect Operation Sarangu. Very long. Apologize for the length, but not the girth.
The girth.
And we will...
I've spent too much of my life apologizing for the length.
So we've been Percentile Vice. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being awesome. We love you. And
thank you for telling us we were muted.
Steve. Anything you'd like to say before we go, Steve?
You know, I had a great time. John, thanks for doing this. It was a lot of fun. Hey, we knew our first time through every game is
we've ever played.
Clunky, but the scenario and the stuff and figuring it out and playing
Very
the
cool.
stealthy agent kind of shit, I had a blast.
Yeah. I had no problem with the game itself, but every time we've played a new game, the first session is clunky. There's nothing we can do about it because we just don't know the rules. We don't really know. Like it is just how it is. So thank you for running it. I'm sorry that we sucked and we missed the thing, but we had fun.
Do you want to know where the thing was?
You're fucking A right.
Spoilers ahead for those of you.
I had to do it off of camera, and Emily had to hold you while I punched you in the stomach in order to get that. We were going to do that.
Spoilers.
I think anybody who's watching will already...
Well, we're just saying.
...be cool with spoilers, so I think we can reveal it on stream. So with a notice roll of a -2 on this area... you will find hidden behind one of the wine cellar shelves a secret door that had a mini portable refrigerator in it.
We were so fucking close to it.
The security guards didn't know where it was.
I'm about to flip the table in the stream.
Well, you know, we had things working against us here, right? It had to be infiltration, and it had to be stealth, and it had to be quick.
Yeah,
right?
We didn't have time to case the joint like thoroughly.
Well, we cased it pretty good, but I mean, once we got in, we had to get in and get out quick, which doesn't lend itself well to search every nook and cranny.
Yeah, if we had been more stealthy up top, we may have had more chance to get down to it. So, but I still had a good time right up until I got frustrated with my dice.
Hey, you had 3 wounds. That'll get anybody frustrated.
Only when I rolled it.
Are you feeling better?
No.
Well, we're back at S.P.E.A.R headquarters. You can probably go down to Med Bay.
Yeah.
So that will be all for tonight.
Yeah.
Rick Stevens, P.I., Sister in Darkness, Sister Letter in Darkness.
Let her in.
Follow us on Percentile Vice. This episode will be highly edited and eventually.
Extremely.
When he takes out all the bullshit, it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, we ran that pretty quickly.
They're so efficient.
But we'll definitely work towards doing more games of this. Just
absolutely, I want to play it some more. Right? Like Emily said, every time we play, it just takes a while to get into the groove and like, oh shit, I got to look that up.
Call of Cthulhu was the same way. First one, we had trouble with investigating and knowing what to look for, and now we'll.
But as far as the style, the theme, and the play of the game, I like it.
And now y'all got some shit to get back from typing. So
apparently we don't fuck shit up in the world.
Next mission is kind of writing itself.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.